We're going to talk about Maximo Workscapes. The IBM Maximo team is constantly focused on improving the user experience in all aspects of Maximo. One area we're currently developing is how a user interacts with Maximo right from the login. We're in the process of designing role-based workscapes. A workscape is a single user experience. The workscape understands who I am, what role I have, what device I'm using, where I'm at in the day as well as geographically where I'm at, and will deliver or bring information to me to help me make the next best action decisions. So let's take a look at the workscape that we've got in front of us. We are looking at a workscape for a supervisor. His name is Ed Adams, and he's got a couple of monitors for his work that he has here. And these are lists of work that need to be done. But more than just being a list, I also have actions that I can do, as well as you can see images and indicators within each of the cubes themselves. So for instance, in this first one where we're assigning work, I have work that's coming into my house, and I need to make sure that I get it assigned appropriately. Maximo has suggested a technical associate, Thomas Berry. Maximo has determined that Thomas has time in his schedule right now, so based on his calendar, but also his craft skills, so he has the right skills to do this 3,000-mile service. Now, I may already know that Thomas is not feeling very well and may be going home early. So if I want to assign Thomas, it's easy enough. I can just hit the assign button there. If I want to find somebody else, I can ask Maximo to tell me who else besides Thomas can do this work, and then make another assignment there as well. If I want to monitor the work that's been assigned, see how people are doing, I have a list here that will help me do that. And as I'm watching, so for instance, Mike Wilson is doing this return service for, looks like maybe a Chevy Cruze, and he can be reassigned if I need to pull him off to do something else. Otherwise, I may just need to change the status of the work order once he texts me that it's done, or once I see the cars on the lot, or maybe the status automatically changes as soon as he's done. Now the last little set of cubes here under the close work, this is work that's been completed, but I need to track not just work that's coming in and work that's being done, but also the closeout details of the work. It's really important, for instance, for preventative maintenance, to make sure we're keeping good timing conditions on that. So if I take a look, like for instance at this oil change, it's 100% complete. I can do the view details, shows me the Ed's entered all the data. That's what I expect if it's 100% complete. If I come down here to this PM, it's only 66% complete. And if I look at the details here, I'm able to see that we haven't received timesheets for this yet. So I need to hold it until the timesheets are entered. Maybe I need to tap somebody. So that may be an action that I can have from here, that I would access workflow to tap somebody to make sure the timesheets get done. So if you look up here in the top, I've got some key performance indicators that are coming from Maximo, or maybe from other analytic information. So for instance, I have 378 PMs overdue. That's probably why I have a low rating of 12.9% as a supervisor. So that sort of indicates to me that I need to really start to work with my team, make sure we're getting those PMs done. I also have a quick punch out to things outside of Maximo. So for instance, weather.com, I'm able to pull up a forecast, look at a radar, see what the weather's going to be like, see if there's a storm coming in, see if I think we're going to have plane cancellation. So I have that information here for me as well. Now, we were on a live system, and that's where we currently are in the development process for this Workscape. We are in our head starting to envision developing sets of these that would be released on the ISM library, so that they can be downloaded for free as they're released. Right now, we envisioned the first release would have 3 role-based scenarios. So the first one would be the supervisor, similar to what we just looked at with Ed. The difference being that you have a tool to design these little cubes, and also be able to add things like, besides the weather.com, maybe mapping, so I could see where my team members are, see where vehicles are, things like that. The second one that we were designing was more for someone who's got to do analysis, so an engineering type role that would connect up with my analytic tools, so Watson Analytics plus the analytics that are part of Maximo, and pull those right to my screen, and then be able to drill in and do some decision making from these analytics that are here. And the third role is a technician role. So the technician role, I really just want to know, what do I have to do today? What materials do I need? And then maybe I want to know, who can I call? I need a part. So this is my list of friends, my phone a friend list that I've got here. And then also maybe other types of library information for me. So maybe I have my favorite guide that I need, or procedure that I read over and over before I go and do an oil change, or a particular tire rotation for a particular type of vehicle, something that's going to remind me of what I need to do. So these Workscape sets will be available on the ISM download. They're designed to bring information to me, to understand what devices I have. So for instance, if I'm going to have a smaller device, the Workscape will redesign itself automatically into an iPad form, or an iPhone form, or an Android form. Um, so my Workscape always looks the same no matter where I am, no matter what I do. Maximo Workscapes, single user experience, understands who I am, what device I'm using, where I'm at, and bringing me information.